Hey, what's going on, you guys? This is Madam, and I'm coming back to you once again. Please excuse the air going in the background because it is a nice and hot day, and I encourage everyone to get out and see the sun or get in the sun. You know what I mean? Anyway, we're going to go over to the Associated Press, and this is an update about actor Cuba Gooding Jr. He pled guilty to forcible touching. The article is by Tom Hayes. Okay. Actor Cuba Gooding Jr. appeared in court in January 2020 in New York. Gooding Jr. pleaded guilty Wednesday, April the 13th, 2022, to one count of forcible touching in a protracted criminal case accusing the Oscar-winning star of violating three different women at various Manhattan night spots in 2018 and 2019. Okay. Actor Cuba Gooding Jr. pleads guilty Wednesday to forcible kissing a co-worker at a New York nightclub in 2018, calling himself a celebrity figure who meant no harm. Gooding also publicly apologized for the first time to two other women who accused him of similar behavior in separate encounters. The omissions were part of a plea deal that came nearly 3 years after Oscar winner Jerry Maguire's star was arrested in a case that saw several delays as his lawyers sought to get charges reduced or dismissed. I apologize for making anyone ever feel inappropriately touched, he said. I am a celebrity figure. I come into contact with people. I never wanted them to feel slighted or uncomfortable in any way, in a statement that he made. Gooding, age 54, accused of violating three different women at various Manhattan night spots in 2018 and 2019, pled guilty to just one of the allegations. He told the judge, kissed the waitress on her lips without consent at the Larvo nightclub. The deal lets Gooding avoid any possibility of jail time if he continues alcohol and behavior modification counseling for 6 months. After that, he can withdraw the misdemeanor plea and instead plead guilty to a lesser violation of harassment. What? Gooding was arrested in June of 2019 after a 29-year-old woman told police he squeezed her chest without her consent at the Magic Hour rooftop bar and lounge near Times Square. Now, I did report on this back then. I will link that video also to this update so that you can see when it was reported. He's definitely singing a different tune now. As the article continues, a few months later, he was charged in 2 additional cases as more women came forward to accuse him of abuse. The new charges allege he pinched a server's buttocks after making suggestions, remarked to her towel downtown, and forcibly touched the woman in Larvo in 2018. Gooding had previously pleaded not guilty to 6 misdemeanor counts and denied all allegations of wrongdoing. His lawyer has argued the overzealous prosecutors caught up in the fervor of the #MeToo movement are trying to turn a commonplace gesture or misunderstanding into crimes. See, it's a difference, and you got to use discernment. A person knows when they don't want to be, touched or, have someone, come into their personal space. And I'm pretty sure these ladies did say something to the effect, or their reaction could have said it all. So I'm not really buying that. I'm going to just say that off top. Anyway, Judge Curtis Farber earlier had ruled if the Gooding case went to a trial, prosecutors could have called 2 additional women to testify about their allegations that Gooding also violated them. Prosecutors say the judge had since reversed the decision, a ruling that factored into their decision not to go to trial. Is that no surprise? We credit and believe all the survivors in this case, said the prosecutor Colleen Belbert. But under the circumstances, Wednesday's outcome is a fair and equitable disposition, she added. Along with the criminal case, Gooding is accused in a lawsuit of R-ing a woman in New York City in 2013. After a judge issued a default judgment in July because Gooding hadn't responded to the lawsuit, the actor retained a lawyer and is fighting the allegations. And that is where the article ends. I said pretty much from the get-go that, Cuba Gooding Jr. at the basis of it, I wouldn't have, ever guessed that, he had this type of issue. And this is allegedly, and this is just the opinion. It's not, anything based off fact or anything like that. It's just me just giving my opinion, so I will say allegedly. I said earlier on in my other videos that you never really know people, even though he is an award-winning actor and he starred in several movies, some was trash, some were really good. He's still a human at the end of the day, and, for him to, put himself out there and put himself in a situation because he felt as though, like, in my opinion, it just felt like he was just taking that, Jerry Maguire role to a whole new level. And it was another movie that he was in where it showed like a more darker side of him, but I can't recall the name of the movie. And I mean, it's just life imitates art, as they say. That is the saying. But it's just really crazy that, he would put himself in that situation. He's a celebrity. I'm pretty sure he doesn't have a problem with, finding women that are willing to, entertain him in any way, fashion or form. So, I'm just like, I'm not shocked, but at the same time, it's just like, bro, dude, like, come on. Your star ain't never that big, and what's given to you can definitely be taken away. So, at the end of the day, get help, bro. Pretty much, And it's just one of those things, man. I hope he learns his lesson, and I hope he gets the help that he needs. I hope that the other people that have brought charges against him and allegations against him, I hope they get their day in court. I also hope that they get the justice that they're seeking, because no one deserves to be put in a position where they feel violated in any way, regardless if it's verbally or physically. So it is what it is. But now is the time for you guys to drop down in my comment section, as always, and let's get this discussion going. Like I said, this is the update to the Cuba Gooding Jr., one of his cases, and I'd definitely like to hear your opinion about it. Did you believe it? Had you followed the case or the story, news articles, previously back in 2019, 2020, 2021? Let me know. And, let's just leave it there. And with that being said, get outside, get yourself some sun, let that melanin glow, and I'll talk to you guys later.